Fam, I need y'all thoughts and I need your opinions, okay? Now, the last skit is when Wayne's sitting there at the bottom of the steps talking to Anthony. And he's telling Anthony, he's like, what you think? How you really feeling? Are you okay? Are you over Amber? And so Anthony's like, yeah, did you see what came out? He said, come on here, don't do that. Amber is Amber, you know that. Like, don't do that. Denisha got a pretty face and all, but you can't compare her to Amber. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Are you okay? So he said, so, let me ask you, what did you like about Amber? And he was like, well, when we first got together, Amber was so easy. And he said, what? Because she came with a little bit of everything. She came with the look. She came with the business sense. She came with the partnership that could help you elevate. Like, she came with a lot of stuff. And he was like, yeah, it was just so. And she said, and he was like, and that's what. So in other words, you ain't over Amber yet. You ain't over Amber. You just mad. You and your feelings because that man bought her house. And so Anthony was like, well, Amber's stupid if she think that man bought her house with no strings attached. I just think he playing her. We all got dispendable assets. You got dispendable assets. I got dispendable assets. And clearly Dave has some. And he said, no. Clearly Dave has some. But that ain't what it is. I don't think that's what it is. I think Dave sees something in Amber that he sees something in Amber. That's what he does. He sees something in Amber. Same thing what you saw when you first married her while the prenup. He sees something in Amber. And at the end of the day, I don't think he's playing Amber. I think he's really into Amber. I really think he's into Amber. And so, then that's what Anthony's like, oh, well, and he said, Denisha's good that she's cooking some mac and cheese and stuff, but you're going to need more than that. You're going to need a partner that's going to be able to do more than that for you, is cook some mac and cheese. You're going to need, cook. You need a partner that's going to come more than that for you. And Amber has it all. Amber has it all. She has it all. So, and he was like, because, at the end of the day, that's Amber. That's Amber. And that's the same thing Dave told Lil Ankles when he tried to compare Denisha with Amber. And Dave said, oh, come on here, homeboy. You can't do that. That's like comparing apples to oranges. Especially when you're talking about Amber. You know that when you're talking about Amber. Everybody see in your wife that you have never, ever taken the time to see. Wayne is sitting there seeing in your wife right now, as he's talking to you, what you have not taken the time to see in her and your own wife. And he even said, come on, don't do that. That's your wife. That is your wife. At the end of the day, she was your wife. And now Lil Ankles is sitting there being salty. And I guarantee you, it's going to be a skit before the night is over with that he's going to call Amber on the phone. He's going to call Amber on the phone. And he's going to say some slick, nasty, some slick shit to her. But he's going to call Amber on the phone. I guarantee he's going to call Amber on that phone. Because that's what he does. He's jealous. He is jealous of Amber. He is jealous of Dave and Amber. That's what he's jealous of. Because he's jealous that somebody else is seeing. See, Anthony always wants the outside look. That's all he wants, the outside look. He doesn't see that what he had was outside, inside, backwards, forwards, upside down, sideways, crosswords, the whole nine he had. But he couldn't see. Only thing he kept on seeing was the outside. That's all he kept on seeing. And how he kept treating her like she was a piece of shit. Even though he was the one that was cheating. Kept treating her like she's a piece of shit. Even though he was the one who went and had a baby on her. And then she lost their baby. Anthony don't never talk about their baby that they lost. And I'm not talking about little David. I'm talking about the natural baby that they lost. He don't never talk about that. Never. So again, he's mad because somebody else seeing Amber what he couldn't see. And for all the time that she's been with him, she actually just allowed him to overshadow who she was. And like Wayne said, she had a club, she has a restaurant, she had salons back in the day. She was business sense. She still is business sense. But Denisha only gonna cook you some mac and cheese or she gonna cook you some food. That's it. Cause she ain't never run a business before. She don't know nothing about a business. So she don't know what it takes to run a business or how to run a business or what to do in the business. She don't know none of that. But see, that's what you stuck with. Because like you said, oh, did you see what came out there? And Wayne said, come on, don't do that. Don't do that. Because that was your wife. So no, don't do that. Not when you talk about Amber. Not when you talk about Amber. So you just got played again. And then you have Miss Johnson trying to go over by Trey house for a sleepover. Trey don't have no house, Miss Johnson. You better go get ready to sleep in his car. Because he don't have no house. You ain't going to his house for no sleepover tonight. Or no other night. That's Ernestine's house. So at the end of the day, Miss Johnson, you need to get your bags unpacked. And you need to actually get comfortable in your own house. Because Trey got a car. He don't got no house. I'm trying to figure out why this little piece sticking up there. God, cover, and then it stick up there more. Look at that thing. But anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in to the Talk of the Table. Let's chat. Continue to like, share, and subscribe, and continue to leave your comments. But we already know what's coming. Another skit soon as Wayne leave. Anthony's going to call Amber. He's going to call Amber. Watch, I guarantee he's going to call Amber. But thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next Country Wayne skit review.